Welcome back to Stuff in Excel. I'm Richard, and today what we're going to do is take a look at the auto outline feature when we combine it with the alt equals tool to see how we can use it to aggregate our financial statements much easier. So let's just go get into it. Okay, so what we want to do is get into the auto outline feature that's built into Excel. Now, it's a great feature. What it allows you to do is it allows you to take items that you have and group them in a way that allows you to select and show different parts of it or different groupings at any time you want. Now, it's found up here on the top line under the Data tab. And it's over here under the outline section. And when you click on group, we're going to use the one that says auto outline. So we're going to come back to that. But first, what I want to do is take a look at the data that we have. So we've got this financial statement data for Mayberry Inc. And what we see is we've got some account information, but we don't have the subtotals yet. We don't have current assets, current property, plant, and equipment net, other long-term assets, or total assets. We also don't have total liabilities, total equity, or total liabilities and equity. Now, we can get those very easily by using the alt equals function. And I've got another video on how to use this function, and I'll link that video down below in the description section. So what we'll do is we'll simply click on the open area for current assets, and we'll simply hit alt equals, and it's going to give us the sum of those items that are above it. It knows how to read it. Now, if I go down to the next item, property, plant, and equipment net, and do alt equals again, will it pick up everything, or will it just pick up the stuff since the previous alt equals subtotal? And in fact, if I do that, that's exactly what it does. It just picks up F13 through F17, and it adds that up. And I can go down for my other long-term assets and hit that, and bingo, I've got just those items. And then if I want to total up all of this, I hit total assets, and it's just going to pick up the subtotals. It's going to know not to pick up the individual amounts. So if I hit alt equals, and you can see it highlights the subtotal for current assets, property, plant, and equipment net, and other long-term assets, and it subtotals that there. So I've got those subtotals. I can do the same thing down here with total liabilities equals alt equals, and then I can do the same thing with total equity, alt equals. Now, it's interesting. If I go down here, see, it didn't pick up the whole thing, did it? So let me get rid of that. I think it's because I clicked out of it. So alt equals, well, wait a minute. There we go. Let's go back up here. Alt equals, it picks up F31 through F33. Now, it's interesting. If I go over here and I hit alt equals, again, it's not going to pick up the total liabilities because that's not right next to this. There's a break in here. So what I've got to do in this case is something a little different. I'm going to highlight the liabilities and equities and hit alt equals, and it'll just pick up the subtotals like it should. And I know that because if I click here, then I click up here on the formula line, you notice it just highlights the subtotal for total liabilities and the subtotal for total equities, and that's what it includes in the formula. So we've got those totals. Now what we can do is we can go do our auto outline feature, and I really don't need to click on the data itself. I can click anywhere in the spreadsheet. I'm going to go up now to my outline section, and I'm going to click on group, and I'm going to click auto outline. And what this is going to do, it's going to sense where all the breaks are and where all the subtotals are, and it's going to build my outline that way. So I click outline, and now it creates a bunch of stuff over here on the far left. Now I can close these down and shrink these down individually by clicking on the minus sign in here, and I can get to current assets, property, plant, and equipment, or long-term assets. An alternative way to do that, and let's undo these, is to look up at the top, and it's got a 1, 2, and a 3. So right now the level is level 3. If I go to level 2, look what it does. It summarizes all of that stuff. Now it's got the lines in there. That's something I might want to deal with. But the reality is I've got all these items in here. I've got all the subtotals. I've got a summarized balance sheet. And if I needed to shrink that balance sheet down in order to get it all on one page or in one section of the financial statements, I can do that very easily by using the auto outline feature. Hopefully it was helpful. We've got the copy of this file is down below if you want to download this file and try it yourself. In the meantime, we'll see you real soon on Stuff in Excel.